Here with head men's and women's cross-country coach Jim Timp. Jim, you're running in the Roy Griak Invitational this weekend, both the men and women. Tell us what the meet means for the program and just what you're preparing for as you come into this weekend.
Well, it's a great honor to be able to compete at the Roy Griak Invitational. It honors a great former coach from the University of Minnesota, and it's a chance to showcase our talent here very close to school. It's only a couple miles down the road, so it's almost like a home meet. The races are going to be huge, so on the women's Division III side, we're looking at having about 500 athletes run. On the men's side, probably close to 400, and we'll have half a dozen of our conference schools there, so we can see where we stack up against the conference schools and with all the other competitions. So it's almost like a pre-national meet right here next to home.
Yeah, right in your backyard. Well, you've seen great success already in the meets you've run, especially we'll talk about the men first. You got three studs in Matt Behrens, Zach Haskins, and Matt Schaefer. Just talk about their performances thus far and kind of what you're excited to see throughout the remainder of the season.
Well, I think for both of them, certainly Matt Behrens will start there. I mean, he's improved so much over what he did as a freshman. He had a very good freshman year, but he's probably a minute and a half faster now this year over where he was last year at this time, and so that's really exciting to see. He's running #1 for us this year, and his teammate was a national meet competitor and probably within 10 seconds last year of being All-American in cross country, and so to have that kind of tandem right at the front, they just push each other and encourage each other, and they get great workouts together. They complement each other very well. So I expected both those guys are going to be well up into the top 20, maybe top 10 this weekend. I think Matt Schaefer, he's running well too, and yet he feels like personally he's not running as well as he should be, because he's not up there pacing those two guys, and I think that's difficult for Schaefer at this point, but he's running extremely well, and he could figure into the top 20 there too. So
great. Well, as you look at the women's side, you have a pretty good core of women as well that are pushing the bar, both on the conference and on the region scale. First, Molly Gilbert, but also Tara and Melody. Just talk about what they've accomplished this year, and also, again, what they can bring to the table Saturday.
Well, I think Molly, she just ran. She figured into top 8 performance all-time Bethel. With her performance down at Grinnell, and she didn't run Griak last year, and so this is an opportunity for her to be in this huge meet and to go and compete, and she certainly has the ability to improve her time, even though this course is going to be a little bit more difficult. We're 2 weeks further along in our training, and it's going to show this weekend. So she's going to rub elbows with some of the top girls in the conference meet coming up, and she's got to go and compete, and this is going to be a very good test for her. I think with Mel and Tara, we have a pretty good group that are within seconds of each other, and so what Mel and Tara need to do is start closing the gap a little bit on Molly.
Yeah.
And if we're going to be successful as a team, that whole pack behind Molly has to kind of move up and close that gap a little bit. And if they do that, we're going to be pretty tough.
Okay, so you take the men and the women, and you go into this meet of 500 or 400 competitors, depending on which side. What are you telling your runners as you prepare for the weekend meet? Is it an opportunity to really, like you had mentioned, evaluate yourself on the conference and regional kind of level, or what's your focus and mindset that you're pushing into these student athletes?
Yeah, I mean, this is a good prep for us in terms of what we're going to achieve down the road now. Looking ahead, we'll be looking at running at Oshkosh, which is another really good invitational. And so what the Griak and Oshkosh do for us is if we can place very well, then that so that's part of the whole equation in terms of possibly winning an at-large bid coming out of the region meet. And so it's an opportunity for us to make sure that we take advantage of going into these big invitationals, because they look at how we place against ranked teams, how we do in the conference meet. We don't have to be the top 2 in the region meet to make it to nationals. So if we're an at-large team, which especially on the guys' side we're capable of doing that, then we need to do well in these invitationals. Because if we are in the top 5 in our region, they could win at an at-large bid for the national meet, and so that's kind of part of the whole package.
Okay, well, we will we'll look forward to hearing Saturday's results and catching the action at the University of Minnesota, 9 a.m. Saturday morning.
9 a.m. is when the women run, and 10:40 a.m. is when the men's Division III gets underway.
All right, well, we appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.